Hey, what's up YouTube? It's King Vita here, and I'm back with another review. And this time I'm reviewing the Bandai Tamashii Nation Super Robot Chogokin Megazord. That is quite a mouthful. So, there is the Megazord, and this is based off the original Mighty Morphin series. He is pretty decent sized, which I'll show the comparisons later on, but he does look pretty cool. I do like his overall aesthetics. Let's zoom in here just to show you from bottom to top how he looks like. Got his legs right here. You have the Triceratops, which is the Blue Ranger, the Yellow Ranger, which is the Saber-Tooth Tiger, that looks nice. Got his arms. You have the Pink Ranger right here, which builds his chest. And I would imagine this would be the Red Ranger, like the main head focus. Not really sure about that, but yeah, overall very nice aesthetically. Very cool looking figure. Very, very nice. Got that. I like the designs on his waist. They could have just painted this silver, but they went a step further beyond and painted the blue, which he does have blue on his waist. So that's very cool. Very nice. And the lines that wrap around his forearms, also very cool. The yellow red with the yellow, red, and white design right there. Same thing with this. Very nice. Very, very nice. As well as his horn thing on his head. And the eyes. The yellow eyes really, the red brings out the yellow eyes, so that's very cool. Very nice. So, for articulation, okay, his head is on a ball joint, but it's a very harsh ball joint. It's not really a loose ball joint. So oh, I just noticed. Okay, his head is double articulated. Here at the roof of his neck, where the neck and the head meet, and also where the neck and the body meet are also articulated. So you could get pretty dynamic here. Very nice posability. Arms, and it's a little loose. I guess that's how they build it. I guess. It just wobbles. Arms could do a full 360, kind of squeaky. They can go outward that much, and the shoulder piece articulates as well. Again, squeaky. So they can go outward that much. Shoulders can do that as well. They're on a ball joint as well. Actually, they're not on a ball joint. They're more of on a very ratchety sounding. It's not ratchety. It's just the plastic is a little loose. Biceps have a swivel. Double jointed elbows. So you could go pretty all the way up There you go. It could go all the way up. And they do have a bit of wrist movement here. Waist, he has an ab crunch, except it's weird. That's basically it, because if you push it back, he just stays straight. He can't go all the way back. But yeah, he does have an ab crunch. And his waist can move side to side, but that's as far as it'll go. Yeah, that's as far as it'll go. It won't move that far. That's basically it. Hips. This part here is very hard to move, but it does move. The leg moves sideways that far, and this little thing on the side moves to accommodate leg movement, so that's as far as it'll go. You have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, which they move here and here, this square here. See? This part here, right up there, just moves to give it more range of movement. And I think same thing with this. Yes, same thing with this. So they move here at 90 degrees. And then here at the bottom of the knee, they also detach. And toes pivot down, up. I think this one does too. Yep. They're on a ball joint. So they do that. So this figure actually has quite a bit of articulation on him. Very nice. Even though standing him is kind of hard because he wiggles a lot, especially the top. His torso from here to here really wiggles, and his head as well. So it's kind of hard to pose him in a way that you would, would like. Oh, also his cannons, I forgot to mention, his cannons on the back are also posable. So they're not attached to anything, they just squeeze into his body. So he have a bit of a backpack. But you can take these, and they are on a double hinge here. A ball joint there and a ball joint there. So you can take these and just push them towards his shoulders. So he has shoulder cannons. Like so. You could do that. You could totally have him do that. Or you could aim him however you want to. You could aim one like that, or aim one behind him, like that. So he's shooting forward and back. Or you could take this and you could point the cannons down, like that, and you could pretend maybe he has a jetpack or something. So that's cool. Very nice that they give you the option, so. There you go. So very nice articulation with him. My only gripe with this figure is his head. It stopped jiggling. They should fix this. They should have fixed this. But don't quote me on this. I think I could be wrong here, but I think they released a second version where this is fixed. The head is fixed. Also, I don't think I'd mentioned this before in the articulation, but his shoulders also move forward. Like so. So, there's something. Now, for his accessories, he comes with 3 accessories. One is, oh yeah, his wrist. Again, I probably didn't mention this, but no, I didn't. His wrist can also bend up like that. outside of his wrist swiveling, his wrist could also move up, bend up like that. I have no idea what this is for, but sure, why not? Now for his accessories. Move this to the side here. Now he does come with 3 accessories. He comes with his shield, his sword. He comes with 4 accessories, except I lost one. I have no idea where one of them is. But he comes with lightning effects, and you stick that onto his crown here. Again, I lost my lightning effect, sadly. But he comes with a sword, an effect particle for the sword, and the shield, which I'll get to right now. First, let's go with the shield. The shield looks like this, which is the Mastodon shield. Very cool. And he holds it by this little grip, which looks like a sword handle of some kind. Right there. I don't know how well my camera will catch that, because it's all black and it just blends in, but it's there. It's definitely right there. But yeah, this is really cool. Let's get a closer look at the shield here. There it is. And I do like the extra bits of detail that they added to it. Like this M could stand for Mastodon or Megazord on his forehead. So that's very cool. Nice attention to detail to that. And they have green and yellow as well around the entire design. And over here is just plain black because you don't see it, but yeah, that's okay. Very cool. Very nice attention to detail. And he comes with his sword. This is a very cool looking sword. That is amazing. And I like the handle that at the end of the handle it's kind of like pointy. So it's pointy and pointy. Also, again, be mindful that, you know, little kids shouldn't play with this. This is pretty dangerous. You don't want to poke an eye out with this. But this sword is very nice. And I like how they painted it silver instead of just gray. I always like attention to detail like that. That is just awesome. Also, I like how they elongated the handle. Whereas most of the swords that I've seen, the handle would probably just go up to, excuse me, right here. But I guess they kind of went a little step further beyond and made it so he could hold it. So they extended it all the way up to here. That's very nice. That's really nice attention to detail. Really cool. And also, to go with the sword, you have this. This is a lightning effect. This is so cool. This is really cool. Like, I love the transparent, it's kind of transparent plastic. You can't really see through it, but you can. I don't know if that makes sense. Watch. See, right there. Right inside. So you can kind of see through this. You can kind of see through it. But yeah, it's really, really, really nice that they, you know, made a model of the sword's energy. And the bottom, as I've mentioned, there's like a little slot right there so the sword can actually go through. So it's hollow pointed. Very nice piece here. And the way this all works is through his hands. Because they're shaped in this circular form. They're like kind of like this, so he could hold it. See? He has like a hole through his hands. And these are the only hands he comes with. He doesn't come with extra anything, at least not that I remember. I do not have the box for this one, unfortunately, so there's really nothing to show. Because this is a very old toy that I've owned. And for whatever reason, I decided to throw away the box. I don't do that anymore. I do not do that anymore. But it's annoying. It's sad that I did that. Now I'm regretting it. But anyway, I'll show you how all this works. First and foremost, he can hold the sword and the Mastodon shield in any hand you want to, because they're both the exact same. You could either hold it here, you could hold the sword here and the shield here, or vice versa. Totally up to you. That's how they designed this figure, and I'm glad that they did do that. So how all this works is you take the Mastodon shield and you kind of want to lift his hand up like that, so it's facing like this, and just slide it through the handle right there. There you go. So there's his shield. Alrighty then. Now to hold the sword is the exact same thing. There are two ways to actually have him hold this sword. The first would be, I don't know if you want to like pretend he's attacking like that. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Like that. You could potentially just do this. And that looks really cool. But I usually just keep him like this. Lift this down. Slide this off. Put it correctly. And there you are. And there's his sword. Very cool. Again, I keep them in display just like every other one of my toys. So, you know, it really doesn't matter. It's your toy. You can display them however you like. There. Now, if you have kids and you're worried that they might hurt themselves with this, there is a way. There are two ways you could do this. One, you could play without this. You don't really need the sword. But if you really do want to play with the sword, you could do one of two things. One, unless you're an expert, I do not recommend modding any one of your toys unless you've done this before. But you could shave off a slight bit of plastic, and that will, you know, dull the blade and don't make it as pointy, so you won't be able to hurt anybody or yourself while playing with this. Or you could play protecting it with the lightning effect. Now, how this works is very simple. You just slide the sword through the hollow part of the inside. There you are. And you can take it off and, you know, it is what it is. There. And there's your sword. Very cool. Very nice. I like how they designed it, where it looks like, as you put it on the sword, it looks like it's part of the sword. They kind of killed two birds with one stone when they did this, because it looks like this is part of the sword and it's one complete toy, but as I've mentioned before, you could take this off and play without this. So this is very, very nice. Very nice indeed. Very nice attention to detail. But also keep in mind as well that not only is this sword pointy, but also his feet are pointy as well. Let me zoom in here, for example. There you are. Come on. There you go. Not that you're going to be touching his feet constantly, but these two tusks on the saber-tooth tiger are pretty pointy as well as the triceratops horns here. So there's that. But again, if you're playing with this if you're playing with this normally like you should be, I'm pretty sure you'll be fine. You'll be completely fine. There you go. Also, maybe this is probably just my copy, but I've noticed that because of this and this, you kind of have to force him to stand straight. Otherwise, he'll just dangle over. As a matter of fact, let's test this out here. Come on. Come on. There you go. Let's test this out. Okay. Now if I add this and add this, yes, that's correct. This Megazord doesn't weigh that much, but the sword and shield add a bit of weight to it, so it will bring him down slightly. So you're gonna have to fiddle around with that and, you know, find the right pose for him. So this sword with the plastic on and with the effect on and the Mastodon shield do have some weight to them, so you're gonna have to fiddle around with your toy to keep them straight. But overall, and he's pretty bulky as well, so overall very, very nice attention to detail as well. Very cool. And the red on the back right here on the back legs, that's very cool. Very nice. So I definitely like this this figure for sure. Very cool and pretty hefty. He does have a bit of weight to him, so nicely done. Nicely done, Tamashii Nations. You guys definitely make really amazing stuff. Also, I think this is an M right here for you know, Megazord. It looks like an M to me. I don't know if that's what they intended it to be, but it just looks weird to me. But either way, if anybody know what that is, let me know. Definitely let me know in the comments, because I think that's an M. Same thing with this. M for Megazord, M for Mastodon. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, that's the Megazord. That's basically it. Yeah. Okay, no. All right. For comparison, just to show how big he is, there you are. Let's bring in Shockwave. He's about as big as Shockwave's biceps. Not too small, but he's not the same size either, so there's a look and scale there. There you are. Here he is next to Optimus Prime. And he's still slightly smaller than Optimus. And he does have a smaller backpack than Optimus as well. I mean, he doesn't have that big of a backpack, so. There's that. Here he is with... Guess who's back? Back again. Refractor. He's slightly taller than Refractor. And he definitely shows. And wider, too. With these shoulder pads. Yoink. Get away. This isn't your review. Back off. Jeez. You already got your review. Constantly. You're constantly butting into my videos. Don't do that. And finally, here he is with Bumblebee. He's definitely taller than Bumblebee for sure. Not as wide because of the doors, but pretty, still bulky. And heftier too. So there you have that. And because he must be in everything, because he is the one. Beerus. Beerus is definitely taller than the Megazord here. I think he's the exact same size as the Megazord, but if you count the ears, he's definitely, he towers above the Megazord, so. There's that. Yeet. So, final thoughts. Yes. I think you should definitely buy this figure. I really recommend him. When I'm not sure how much he's worth now, I'll check. I'll leave links in the description down below for anybody that wants to check it out. But when I bought him, he was pretty pricey. He wasn't like super expensive or anything, but he was pretty pricey. I don't know if that price has changed for the better or for the worse. No idea. But just in case, you know, you guys could check it out. Again, I'll leave links in the description. And yeah, but I recommend him. I totally do. If you're a Power Rangers fan, for sure, he's definitely one to get if you don't have a Megazord already. At least, to be more precise, if you don't have a Mighty Morphin Megazord, alliteration, yet, definitely it's a well worth the investment for this figure if you do not have him yet. He will look really good on any Power Ranger collector. Yes, collector. Any Power Ranger collector's shelf. Very nice. Very nice. I could be mistaken, but I think they've re-released the Chogokin Megazord. This one that I'm talking about. I could be wrong. I think there's 2 versions of this. But if there isn't, this would be your best bet. Again, I got mines at Amazon a long time ago, but definitely check eBay. I'll leave a link in the description about BigBadToyStore, but I doubt this is on BigBadToyStore. That's probably a maybe to a no-no on this one, on BigBadToyStore. But, hey, you never lose anything by just checking it out, right? Yeah. But yeah, wherever you could find this, definitely pick him up, if you can. If you see him at an affordable price, definitely pick him up, because he is worth it. Very nice. I think the colors pop. It has a bright red. It just looks amazing on your shelf. So, I think that pretty much covers this guy. Nothing too special as far as, you know, other accessories. So, that is the Bandai Tamashii Nation Super Robot Chogokin Megazord. And this King Vita saying, laters.